Hi. Okay, I've decided to finally start a vlog with a specific content in mind. I used to start, I used to try doing one before using my cooking and stuff. I had a very good cinematographer, my home assistant tried to do it for me. But then it's amazing how these vloggers could sustain content and always have something to talk about. But in my case, I'm going to just do a Julia and Julia kind of vlog wherein it's just about my journey of my attempt to finish a full Ironman. No, not the 70.3, not the what we have here in Cebu is the 70.3, which is a half Ironman. And I've always wanted to finish a full Ironman, and I told myself, I'm gonna stop. I will retire if I can just finish just one, just one. I only want to finish one. But unfortunately, I that's my New York. Hi, New York. So that's my poodle. So as you can see, my face is round again because right after the pandemic, my last half Ironman was in 2019. That was supposed to be one of my prelude to a full Ironman, but then the pandemic happened, so then I looked it up again. And so what I did was the most that I did trying to get back into shape was the 100-kilometer swim that the swim junkie hosted. It was supposedly a 7 week, 7 to 12 week swim challenge, but I was able to finish it in like 4 weeks. So it was quite a feat. I never thought I would be able to finish, but of course at that time I was really heartbroken. So I was extremely motivated. I was just trying to get over a heartache. So now I thought maybe to motivate me, just to motivate me into finally doing a full Ironman, because I realized after the 100 km I rested, and when I rested, I don't know what happened. Maybe I have detox for my hormonal imbalance thing, and for almost a year since the 100 km my body shut down. I had vertigo. I had incredible muscle cramps. Actually, I don't know if there's a connection, but back in 2017, when I was competing for 70.3 in Da Nang, Vietnam, I died. I died for like 5 hours. Well, they say I didn't die because my my vitals were stable, but then whatever that is, I was out. I was in the cosmos. My mind was conscious. My body may be okay, but I definitely wasn't in my body for 4 to 5 hours. And I really believed when I was out there that I died. I was already talking in past tense. I was already referring to my life as when I was alive. So that was my conscious memory of it. So it was quite a life changing moment. It wasn't. It's not something to. It's something I cannot ever forget. It's something that since then I'm guided by that moment in my life. I consider it a gift. You know, uh, I haven't my journey to being a spiritual person or religious person, I may say, started way back in 2010 when I realized I was an atheist for I don't know when. I moved to New York. When I came back to New York, I just realized I don't have faith anymore. And I was dabbling on becoming a Buddhist, even explored, you know, Islam. I also explored being a born again Christian. I also explored being a Baptist, you name it. And somehow, when My mom almost died in 2009 while she was dancing in Batak, and I just, I was diving in Batangas. I was because of the situation, I was the only one left to stay with her, and I was just so amazed that there were people so willing to serve volunteered to serve my mom in the hospital in Batak. And because one of the reasons why was she was a devotee of Senior Santo Nino, and she would give out, you know, uh, this folded paper like origami, and then she would put Santo Nino there, and she would just give it to everyone. And the people there were just so pure in their faith. They're, ordinary people who just like was just so amazed at what my mom was giving away. And then I remembered when I was little, or before I left New York, I prayed the rosary. Although I was really not, just to say, very religious. I go to church, it's not like what I am now, like I'm a Catholic. Born I'm born I grew up in a Catholic school, and it was just like that. And so, but I thought, I'm gonna try faking it and see if the faith will come back. But unfortunately, I've only been faking it since 2010. And then come 2012, my nephew died of brain tumor. And then we went, surprise. Well, it was so timely that my mom took me to a pilgrimage for Pedro Calungsod. And maybe because of me, I was grieving. Sorry, this is not triathlon, but I just wanted to emphasize the significance of my 2017 thing that happened in 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 Vietnam. So basically, I was just faking it, and then come 2012, I realized, just by being on the bus, the pilgrimage bus, and I was grieving, and just somewhere when we were praying the rosary in Divine Mercy, and we were talking to my fellow busmates in the tour who are also very devout Catholics, I just like suddenly, while I was just on the bus, just sitting there, I just realized I have faith. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a coat. It's so cold, and it's a coat, and suddenly I felt warm. I felt safe. And that's when I remember. It's like recovering from amnesia, that how it is, how it feels to have faith. So of course, I learned during the bus tour that there are so many prayers never taught to me in Catholic school or in catechism, because there's our prayers that are, when it's relevant, you can find it, and it's all in the Catholic Church. They all have this kind of prayers. And well, what we know is just the Holy Rosary and everything, but there are actually those like cutting of soul ties, and um healing of the family tree. I never knew about this. Never knew that there is such a thing as healing, generational healing. And I started, oh, I want to have a happy family. I want to have a peaceful family. So I started just like doing deliverance prayer. That's when I started learning about deliverance. I don't know why I have a fascination over that. I've seen exorcists before. I never really understood what it was about, but it was just the motivation for me. I just want to have a good family. um, I just want to have a really good family. That's always been a dream of mine. Um, my father is a genius, but he's also an atheist, and for a long, long time, it's only been my mom praying.